thought I'd just, you know, give you guys another tip on the dealership. Now, you know, we already spoke about the walk around, the let's get to know you and let's get you to know us, which is horseshit. But just, you know, just stay on your toes when you're with these snakes at the dealership. Just so many people coming in and complaining about the stuff that were promised. Now, I worked in the service department for those 5 years. I never sold a vehicle, so I wasn't there trying to sneak myself into people's wallets or anything like that. I was, you know, in the service department, and honestly, that's where the dealership makes its amount. It's most amount, other than, you know, the financial phase of the deal. So, and that's pretty much what I want to talk to you about. That's pretty much what I want to talk to you guys about. So the financing, office time, this is after you do your walk around. This is where they try to squeeze out as much as they can out of you, okay? And this is probably their most profitable part of the transaction. So if they can't hit you with the parts, they're gonna definitely try to hit you in the finance. And the finance is just them trying to add on extended warranties. They're trying to add, here, let's get out of the way. So in the finance aspect, the finance part, this is after the walk around. So this is their last hurrah at trying to get you to pay or finance more. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell you packages. And I remember at the dealership, I would get people coming in, service department of course, complaining about how they had purchased warranty bumper to bumper. And guess what? If you read that brochure, or if you look at what you're buying, I remember I would always have the same argument with these folks, and I'm pretty sure they were promised bumper to bumper coverage, bumper to you know, full coverage wheels, tires, paint, all this other BS that they were sold. And I would tell them, it's like, because they would come in fuming, they're, you know, foaming at the mouth, you know, because they had spent, you know, $5,000-$10,000 of warranties and extended warranties and full coverage on the paint, and they were told by the sales guy, oh, the finance guy, oh, this covers chips and, you know, all this other BS. And, you know, they went ahead and, you know, it's a brand new vehicle. They want to protect their investment, because, you know, it's a $20,000, $30,000 investment, kind of like with this. And they kind of play that against you. They're trying to get you to worry about your vehicle and worry about your maintenance and worry about all these costs. But if you really read the fine print, this might be a long video, but if you really read the fine print, you're not really, you know, you're basically throwing your money away, because a lot of this stuff is fake. You know, if you really read the warranty on the paint, it's just, you know, they might be telling you chips and scratches and all this other BS, but honestly, it's just sun damage if you read it. And most of the vehicles, from my experience working at the dealership and owning a vehicle of my own, I had realized, you know what, the paint, honestly, the paint goes bad in about 6 years, 7 years. So if you buy that warranty with the dealership, you know, it's like an extra $2,000-$3,000, and they give you the touch of class detail package. They give you this fake detailed package. You're paying, because you're financing it, you're paying over $1,000 for a detail. If you really think about it, that's how they get you. You know, they tell you, oh, it's only an extra $5, you know, onto your payments. But an extra $5, or they make it sound like it's only $5, but it's not. It's $5 per month. If you're really, you know, if you really take your time and start listening and thinking the way that these snakes do. So honestly, I've seen them buy, and I'm me working at the dealership service department. I would make the work orders for these touch of class packages, and the materials alone sold at retail price from the dealership were $85. And you know how long it took the technicians, the detail technicians, to apply this protective coating onto your paint? It took them about 2 hours. So where is that $2,000-$3,000 touch of class, that $3,000 where's that cost? That's all money for the dealership and a little bit for the finance guy because he's selling it to you and you're the sucker that's buying it.
Las chanclas, todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
The paint warranty most of the times only covers up to 5 years, and guess what? Your paint goes bad at 6 or 7 years. So yeah, it's a scam, but you know what? Legally, they're not breaking any laws, and you know what else are you gonna do? So I mean, the chances of you even using one of their services are really slim. And when it comes down to the extended warranty, I guess that would probably be the one package you might probably consider. But that's if you plan on taking your motorcycle or your vehicle back to the dealership for some kind of a malfunction on the engine or on the transmission, primary, whatever, you know. But you know, just look at what you're buying. Honestly, read the fine print. A lot of the times it's not, as they call it, bumper to bumper. I mean, when I was at San Jose Harley-Davidson, they were trying to sell me the legendary package. The legendary package was the paint, the tires, the extended warranty, some kind of a package, insurance package on my finance, just in case they were to get stolen, or just in case I was in an accident. So I was, you know, they were trying to charge me honestly about $6,000 additional that they were trying to get me to put that on my loan. We had settled everything. The finance guy was trying to pitch me the idea of extended warranties and this legendary package. I had just had enough. I told them straight up, I'm not taking anything but the bike. You guys try to f me already. I'm not doing anything else. And you know, that's strong words, but I mean, that's what happened. So his reaction was, oh, it's a brand new bike. You what? You don't care about your new bike? I told him, you know what, 2 years unlimited warranty, that sounds good enough for me. You know, and by the time, and even if you're out there and you're thinking about modifying the bike, or if you're thinking about adding performance parts, you're gonna avoid your warranty anyways. So just a heads up for your information, if you're thinking about modifying, and if you're heavily thinking about modifying the engine, if it's not with Harley-Davidson, you're pretty much going to avoid your warranty. So there's no point of you even purchasing the extended warranty, because something's wrong with the bike, and you know, wear and tear on performance parts. There's a lot more wear and tear on the engine. So if they see that, and the computer's going to pick it up, it's going to flag your ECU. So the Harley-Davidson technicians, or Harley-Davidson themselves, they're going to flag your engine. They're going to red flag it for ECU that's not supposed to be there, because you have a stage 3, or you have a cam, or some kind of a kit that's not supposed to be there, and it's not Harley-Davidson. So that automatically is going to avoid your warranty. So there's no point of even considering getting the extended warranty with Harley-Davidson if that's what you're planning to do. So especially when it comes to the finance, because you know, $6,000 on top of what you're already paying for the bike, honestly. And as I mentioned, you're already going to be upside down on the loan. You're already going to be, you know, as soon as you write off that lot, you're going to be, I think, about $7,000 or $8,000 under, depending on the loan yourself. So by the time you even try to sell that bike, or you're going to try to trade it in, you're not going to be able to, buddy. You're going to be screwed big time. So yeah, that's my experience dealing with some of these customers. Sometimes they would come in there, paid for the extended warranty, and they were told tires and rims were covered, and guess what? It's not. Wear and tear items. Some of them would even want their windshield wipers replaced. Guess what? Wear and tear items. You know, you're shit out of luck. And a lot of the times they'd get tough, and they would get mad and angry, and I would just be like, you know what, you go over there to the sales guy, the guy that told you, that promised you bumper to bumper. You go to him, have him give you a work order, and then I'll fix your car. And so then they would go and look for their sales guy. And can you guess what would happen next? They would go look for their sales guy. And then because of the dealership I worked at, Toyota, that's where I used to work at. Toyota, they have about, I'd say about maybe 60 to 70 sales guys, you know, and they're always in and out. You know, if you can't sell at least 20 to 25, I believe at the time was 29 vehicles. If you can't sell 29 vehicles every month, you're gone. Just like that, you're done. And especially if you did, if you couldn't hit that mark 3 months in a row, or just in 3 months, you were on thin ice. And if it was 3 months in a row, you were gone. So by the time these people would come back that were promised bumper to bumper, they would come back and then they would go look for their sales guy. Oh, we let him go. Oh, well, he promised me bumper to bumper, and then they would just tell the customer exactly. That's why we let him go, because he was promising, because he was lying to the customers, and we're sorry about that, and we apologize, but he's no longer here. So, and then where was the customer left with a flat tire or with a chip on the engine, on the paint, because they were promised extended coverage on the paint, but doesn't cover chips, doesn't cover rocket in the front end of your car, it doesn't cover that. You know what, I'm not telling you guys not to buy anything at the when you're financing your bike at the, you know, this is the last stage, the last part, like I said, where the dealership's supposed to make some really good money. And the dealerships, they don't make a whole lot on selling you the bike. They, you know, they have to give Harley-Davidson most of the money for the sale. But I mean, where they make their money is the gear they try to sell you, the motorcycle parts, and the labor, their service department. That's where most of the money. I remember working at Toyota at the time. The dealership was making about, I'd say about a little bit over $200,000 a month on just service. So it's a big part. And if you count in the extended warranty, the service plans, I mean, the service plans alone, you guys, the service plan that they sell you, it's the basic maintenance needs. So this is another thing, you know, and you're in the and you're in there, and I can tell you from experience, I was dealing with these customers. When you're in there, when you're there and they're telling you, you know what, you don't have to worry about your maintenance, you don't have to worry about any other costs or anything like that when it comes to maintaining your bike or maintaining your car, they're lying to you. It's the basic coverage when it comes to maintaining your bike. And the basic, I mean oil change, maybe primary oil change, maybe. But when it comes to your brake fluid, your throttle, maintaining your throttle, maintaining your filter, maintaining you know, any other lubes, you know, maybe not even the primary, you know, it just depends. But with Toyota, the service plan, they actually covered, I believe, one or two transmission changes. But you know what, I'm not going to get into that on this video, because that would just make this video a whole lot more longer than it already is. So let's just be wary of what you're buying. Careful, read the fine print. You know, if the dealership gives you an option to kind of take the stuff home, and I think that's what they did with me. They gave me about a 30 or 60 day chance to kind of add this stuff onto my financial loan. So if you're stuck, and these guys are pretty good at selling you all this shit that you don't need, you have to be firm, and you have to be you know, you have to have a backbone when you're dealing with these guys. So if you needed to, and if you just weren't unsure, you know what, just take the stuff home, think about it, you know, let them know too, you know, tell them, yeah, this is something I gotta think about, you know. And depending on the package you're gonna get, like I said, you're easily looking at an additional probably $5,000. That's pretty much it. You know what, I'm gonna cut it there. This is it. This is the financial part of the dealership. I'm gonna talk to you guys about the service department. but just watch what you're buying, careful where you sign, and read the fine print, because most of the times what these guys are saying, it pays for itself. It's not true, because if it paid for itself after the first 2 times, the dealership would be losing money, and they're not in the business to lose money. So they're in the business of making money. All right, so that's pretty much it. You guys subscribe, like, comment down below. If you guys could share your experiences with the financial guy, you know, it'd be good to kind of give everybody else a heads up and, you know, some good tips on purchasing a brand new bike. So that's pretty much it. You guys stay safe out there and ride safe, right? Later.